Oh, I see why you're calling that for that. Okay. That's interesting. You guys are going to try to do that. I've seen you guys foreclose on people who had home equity line of credits.
That's the way that it is. I mean, it's the home equity line of credit is something that will stay there. At some point, if it does get past due by a certain point, then they can put the home equity line of credit into that stage and try and get that taken care of.
How far does it need to be?
I don't know. Every single account is going to be completely different with in regards to what they're looking at trying to get done.
I saw some kind of release on that home equity line of credit in the fall.
No, unfortunately not. You still owe it. There was a balance that is owed and that is left on it. You still need to try and basically look at paying off that balance. Are you able to make a payment towards the account at this particular time?
Do you realize what you're asking me, considering what your notes say for the past 6 months?
Yes, but this still is a collection attempt.
Right, but I mean,
you basically have to make collection calls, even though you are not financially able to make it. It's a yes or no question.
Jermaine, if
you're
you
able to make a payment, I can go ahead and set that up. If not, then I can notate that down towards the account.
If you do the same thing over and over and expect different results, well, you're just doing the same over and over. You're making yourself basically. Well, I'm not gonna.
That's the thing.
You're insane. You're insane to think that you're going to be able to get something different by doing the same thing over and over,
Look, I'm just asking you if you're asking them to put towards the account. If you don't...
No, you know what you're doing? You're not necessarily stalking, but what you're doing is you're trying to provoke something that hasn't changed. We've talked every single week now for the last...
Again, I understand. You need to understand that collection attempts are still going to continue.
Right, but we're in litigation about this, man.
It does not matter. Collection attempts will still continue, regardless of whatever's going on, regardless of us looking at trying to foreclose on.
Right. Well, you know what? I'm telling you that, X, Y, Z is what needs to happen. You guys said you'd do X, Y, Z, you didn't do it. So you're trying to tell me that you're going to get the property in a sheriff's sale. It's not going to happen. We're about in this county, you're 12 to 18 months away. This case now is going to mediation, and it might take a few months.
Do you have something else that's going on, sir? Do you have a payment to make towards the account?
Listen to you, man. You're really.
I can notate that down towards the account.
You're really desperate, aren't you? You're one of those kind of guys that go to clubs on Fridays and Saturday nights, aren't you? And try to get girls.
But that's it. Are you looking to make a payment? Because obviously going back and forth through litigation, through this and that, is not basically helping out anybody at this particular point.
Well,
something that's personally going on that you're trying to take care of.
Look,
I'm looking to try and see if I can either do one of two things.
Jermaine, I was willing to work
towards the account or update your financial.
Jermaine, you won't let me talk?
We can try and get something taken
You keep asking the same question over and over. Do you want to let me talk? May I talk now? Stop being interrupted?
Sure, go ahead.
Thanks. Appreciate it, Captain. I offered to have a conference call with your attorney, because this is the person that's, like you said, you made this thing that you're going to go ahead and take my property back through the lawsuit. Well, why don't we just have a conference call to discuss both the collections and the issue that you just threatened upon me that you're going to take my property back?
Okay, there's no need to do a conference call at this particular time, sir. Whatever type of...
Well, then when should we do one? When should we do one? When should we do one? When can we do one, then?
No, sir.
When can we do one?
They don't have to do a conference call with
No.
attorney
Okay, then
in
who
regards
can?
to the foreclosure.
Then who can?
But we, at this particular point,
Who can do a conference call with
collection attempt, sir.
Who can do a conference call with us?
I'm trying to basically see if you can make a payment towards the account. You obviously cannot make a payment towards the account. If anything does change within your financial situation that you need to advise us of.
So you're basically parroting what, Kenneth Lewis brings down to you.
Towards the account at that time.
So you're basically parroting whatever Kenneth Lewis, Henry Paulson, Tim Geithner is shooting down to you guys.
But that's it. If you do not have the ability to make a payment, I can notate that down towards the account. When things do change within your financial status, if you are still looking at trying to retain your home, you will need to call us back so we can get that updated.
Jermaine, you can try to make it look like Jason Werner's a deadbeat who doesn't have the ability to make a payment. What if I had the ability to pay this thing off? You guys are going to want all this back to interest and everything at the same time. There's a lien on the property for the mortgage, of course. So, we're spinning in circles now. You're going to try to get every single penny you can, but when you lied to me in August, told me, well, we'll work on this. Going even further back, you said you'd work with me to modify this. Never got back to me. And then you accused me of not returning phone calls. And I would
I never
try.
said anything about you returning a phone call, sir.
No. I'm saying I shouldn't say you, but Jermaine. That's cool. I mean, Countrywide Home Loans. I spoke with a woman last week, and she goes, "We've been trying to reach you, sir, about that, and you never called us back." I'm like, what? I was having constant communication with your company in the time that the property was listed to try to sell it. How long have you been working at Countrywide?
I've been working at Countrywide for quite some time.
Well, how long is that?
I've been working with Countrywide for over a year.
Over a year.
That right now is, irrelevant at this particular point.
So you probably didn't get the honor to meet and